Happy Tuesday, soul family. Y'all listen, it's your girl, Beautiful Resilient Goddess. I am beautiful, and y'all know I am that girl, Resilience. Listen, y'all, I just sat up here and did a whole video, and I was all into it. And then one of my children called and interrupted the whole thing. I was on the floor, but I was flowing real good, y'all. I was into it. But anyway, so I'm going to try to hop back in here and do this thing again. So listen, y'all remember yesterday I got on here and I was like, and I'm a big thing about when you're wrong about something, correct yourself immediately. When you know you're wrong, just go ahead and make that thing right, you know. So yesterday I got on here and I was like, the scammers was trying to keep me busy because I thought somebody had got a credit card and spent up to like $1,400 or something like that. No, it turned out that wasn't even the case. A credit bureau, anyway, something was reported to the credit bureau incorrectly, okay? And that's something else I'm going to get into, because let me tell y'all something. When the devil know you working on something, when you got some enemies and some adversaries out there that's, you know, in positions with stuff, you know, they try to, you know, knock you down when you're trying to elevate, when you're trying to rise, but you still have to keep a positive, you know, mindset and keep doing what you got to do to keep on going, you know. So yeah, that's some stuff that I'm dealing with right now, you know, some things that I want to acquire. So I'm working on some things to try to get there. And of course, we know we all have to have a decent credit score. I noticed that a lot of things been either being reported incorrectly on my report, which of course we all know that if we work on it, we can get it, you know, deleted. But it's the timing, you know, it's the timing, the time you have to put into it, getting deleted and waiting on a response or whatever the case may be. I also had a credit card that I have had since 2016, and it was Children's Place. It is a great credit card for any person or anybody with a child that loves, you know, cute things with like matching shoes and hats, and, you know, just for boys and girls. It's a lot of stuff. If they have the shirt and the pants, and they're going to have the shoes and the purse and the necklace to match. Trust me, if y'all go through some of my baby's pictures, I promise you, my kids had Children's Place from head to toe, okay? But listen, y'all, they deleted that thing off. Actually, they closed the account. And when I called to see why it was closed, because I didn't close it myself, they were like, it was a decision we made because they looked through either my payments from just all through the years and something about my bank account. I don't know. But then I received a letter, and they said that it was closed because, you know, they have to see that letter, you know, letting you know why it was closed. So they told me that I hadn't been using the card. Y'all, I just did a whole order in December, okay? And they closed it last month, February, I think. But here's the thing. I'm like, y'all, which one is it? Like, why is all this stuff, like, I have so many things y'all reporting incorrectly. Some of the balances, some stuff on there that ain't even mine that I'm still trying to get off of it, okay? So I wasn't going to let that stress me out. I wasn't going to let that, you know, detour me from, you know, keep going and just trying to keep a, you know, positive mindset to, you know, just elevate the score, just elevate, you know, as a whole. But that's just like y'all know, we're going to have things that, you know, we're going to have to work through. We're going to have things that try to fight us when we're trying to, you know, do better for ourselves. And that's, you know, that's it. That's life. That's just what it is. But listen, that's not what I want to come on here. Yeah, I want to talk about, it is a lot of people, it is so many opinions out here on single parents. Single parents, whether it's a mother, whether it's a father. There are so many different opinions. Y'all know that there are so many different scenarios that families go through. Nobody's life and scenario is the same. And I just want to believe that the mothers and the fathers are doing what is in the best of that child's interest, for their safety, for their livelihood. And we just have to just pray and keep each other lifted. And the reason I want to speak on this, sometimes it doesn't matter how much you give or what you do. People are going to talk. Y'all got to be okay with that, okay? Right now I have rewards downstairs, rewards and awards, from being the most active parent throughout the years with my children, being there, whether it's to sit in the classroom, read a book to the children. I was the football mom, the basketball mom, the volleyball mom, the track mom, Beta Club. My daughter was in Beta Club mom. I was a Brownie mom. She was a Girl Scout. So I was always active. They always kept me active throughout the years, right? My son, he kept me going until he graduated. Until he graduated, all through school. My eldest played at least 3 to 4 sports a year. Every sport that came out, he was in it. Okay, he never sat down. But and I'm actually grateful for that, because I really believe it is because of being active that they kept me going. They kept me a little in shape or whatever. So hey, I'm not complaining. I'm real grateful. But let me tell y'all, that everybody's not blessed with a community like, some of us had. I'm not going to lie. I had community. I had, cousins. I had my mom or whatever, to help with the kids or whatever. But we got to show grace to the people that didn't have community. We did, like, and I, you know what? One thing that I will say that I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't break a generational curse. Which I still have time, like my mother, she didn't graduate out of her mom's house. She stayed with her grandmother, and me, I stayed with my grandmother as well, coming out of high school. And now, well, my sons, they live with me coming out of high school and they graduated, but my daughter, she's kind of having a different experience or whatever. But me as a parent, I'm going to do what I think is best, being of the things that's going on and has went on in the past. I think I'm doing what's best for her right now. And I just want the best for her safety, and not even the safety. She's just, my daughter, y'all, she's something else. I love her to death, though. She's something else. She's a little spoiled kid. And, that's another thing that I will tell every, that's one thing. And y'all know we don't have all the answers, but that is one thing I will tell any single parent. Tell your children no sometimes. Tell your children no sometimes. I always had it in my head, and it was the way I looked to my children. Being that their father was not there, I overcompensated for his absence. So I tried to get everything they asked for. I said yes, everything. My children had house parties, like the football team. Everybody loved to come to my house because they knew Miss Siobhan was going to have pizza, some kind of food, something there, something. And, they called me the cool mom. I was the cool mom. But anyway, but they knew when I was serious. They knew I was firm. They would never, I don't think any of them was like never disrespectful. But yeah, guys, I overcompensated and they became spoiled in a sense. And as they got older and when things got harder, they didn't understand, no. And I will say, I think I did a darn good job. I did a darn good job of, making sure they took their summer trips and making sure they, because they did good in school up until, these last, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But at that time when they were doing it, that's because we were dealing with a lot of things. They wouldn't speak about it, and of course I tried to keep a lot of things from them until I could. I held it off the best way I knew how, until I could. But y'all gotta get up off single parents. Everybody don't have, community. Everybody don't have help. Everybody don't have a babysitter. And I think mothers and fathers are doing the best they could. And we got some out there that just raggedy. We do. But y'all, let's show grace to each other. Try to, if you see a mom or a father struggling with something, y'all try to help out. Don't be on their head. Don't be, because they're already, trust me when I say they're already going through something internally and they have guilt as to why they don't have a 2-parent home for them children. Okay, and we're not trying to knock nobody down today, y'all. We're supposed to be lifting each other up. Come on, guys. We got to do better with each other. We have to do better with each other. But here's my point. Y'all, I did all that, and I received, like I said, so many rewards for being an active parent, at the schools and stuff like that, and helping out, whether it was at a basketball game, cooking in the kitchen, or, bringing the fruit sacks for every football player, every basketball or volleyball player. We did those things faithfully. Up until my boys last year in high school is when we really started struggling, because it wasn't because I wasn't working or anything like that. Like, I was providing for them. I had income coming in. It was because I had so many things coming at me. My cars were being sabotaged, which means I had to keep it in the shop and spend money that I really didn't have extra to do, And then the jobs were kind of, interesting because dealing with the chaos, it was just, matter of fact, it was manufactured chaos. Everything was perfect until the manufactured chaos. And literally, I got the most chaos right after they graduated. They were out of high school. My boys was gone. They was out of high school. Oh, she's not taking care. And I got accused of not taking care of my children when I was the only parent that took care of them. So let me tell y'all something. And the reason I spoke on that, because I do see people on here talking about that. You have women and men, not just women, men are being accused of not being a great parent just because they're not either giving their kids all, or they even take a break. Some women get on there, I don't need a break. Okay, baby, that's you. That is you. Allow women to take a break. Some women, ever since they've had kids, they haven't had time for themselves. It is nothing wrong with taking a break. It is nothing wrong with taking a break, getting a mental health. Because let me tell you something. Y'all can keep going and saying you just this, and just this. Listen. But you need to be the best person you can for your children. Don't keep beating yourself and just overstimulating yourself because you want to just say, oh, I've been there. When if it's possible for you to go away, if it's possible for you to take a break and take a vacation, not even a vacation. Well, some people do go off and, take a vacation for the weekend or maybe a week from their kids. But let me tell you something. Your mental health is more important than what anybody has to say. Because you cannot pour into them children from an empty cup, y'all. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Get yourself together mentally, physically, emotionally. Get yourself together if you have that community. Forget what people talking about you. Because I'm not paying it any attention. I know other people, I know personally that's not paying attention because they have to get themselves together. And some they were separated from their kids because just to keep their kids safe. And I applaud that as well. It is your kids. It's just not about us all the time. It's not about us all the time. You have to think outside yourself. You have to think what is best for that person. Yeah, you may long to be in that person's life. Yeah, you may want to just keep. I'm sorry, my kids are blowing my phone up, texting with. I don't know what this is, but I have to stop here. Ew, what in the world? Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get back to that. But anyway, y'all, let's lift our single parents up, okay? Y'all dogging them out so hard. Y'all on people's heads so hard, and y'all have no idea what those people are going through day and night just to get up and push themselves to make it through that next day. Encourage these single fathers and single mothers. Take them to lunch. Buy them lunch or something. It's not your responsibility, but hey, do something nice for them. I don't know, do something better than y'all doing, because these conversations on social media is just, it's ridiculous. Some of y'all are butthurt. Y'all out here talking about y'all healed. I don't care what you say. Healed, happy people do not come at people like some of y'all do. Secure, healed people do not try to break people down like y'all do. Some of y'all is just messed up internally that you have not recognized. Y'all not working on. You just walk around, just going on. Oh, no, some of y'all just looking at what you got and you're thinking the titles, the labels, the degrees, the money. That don't, okay, but your character is jacked up. Come on, leave these single parents and mothers and fathers alone. If y'all not gonna try to help, if y'all not gonna try to be community, leave people alone. Hush. Even if you got nothing to say, be quiet. Go pray for them. Matter of fact, if you won't go pray for these people. Give a good prayer. We know prayer changes things. Prayer changes things. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here because, like I said, they blowing my phone up right now, and I need to see what they texting me about. So listen, y'all have an amazing Tuesday. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all know, as I always say, stay strong. Y'all stay resilient. Stay out the way. Keep your hands and your heart clean. And do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. And y'all stay up. I love y'all. Bye.